Alright, so we're here with our soapweed yucca again. I scraped this cordage down maybe a year ago and had it just sitting for future use. Good bundle of leaves there, ain't no telling how many that is, maybe 50 or so. Alright, so I'll come to my main leaf here, and I'll just separate it down into about strands 10 to 12 or so, just guesstimating. Just trying to keep that same diameter with each section I pull off. So I'll just pull it off like this, and I'll wet it down, just to kind of keep it to stay together a little bit. Lay them out and get them ready to use. Try to keep the same as you just pulled off. Wet it down. Alright, so I'll come here to my leaves, my little strands that I already separated, and what I'll do is come to the base of the leaf here and start at the big end. Do the same thing we did on the other soapweed video. Twist away, grab this one, hold it towards you. Pinch it there. Twist away, grab it, fold it towards you. I keep doing that, and I'm going to try to keep the same diameter here. This is going to be a thinner cordage. We're going to add in these strands about every 2 to 3 inches or as needed. Keep the same diameter there. Alright, I think we're going to add one right now. I'll just come to my little leaves here. Little sections we pulled off. Same thing as last. Put it behind the top one. Leave a tag end sticking out because we're trying to keep the same diameter there. It's thicker at the base of the leaf, so we take our top one with what we just added, twist away, fold toward. Then we'll take another strand here and do the same thing on this other strand. Leave a tag in because it's thicker down here. Twist it together, twist away, fold toward. Keep doing that. These little tag ends we left, we can always come back and cut them off later when we get done. Getting a little bit thin again, so we're going to add. And if you got to, keep it the same diameter, you can take the strands you have set out, split them in half if you need to. So, I'm going to go with a few more twists here on it. And we'll add in. We're going to split this one, I think. Try to keep it the same, that's all. Same thing, come to our top strand, put it behind it, leaving a tag in. Twist together, fold towards. And for the next one here, same thing. This is a lot stronger of cordage than your end-to-end splicing method because you're adding every 2 inches. Alright, so we got 4 strands left that we've separated out. If you look here, you can see where we've added in. It's about every 2 to 3 inches. Tag in there. Tag in here. Another one up here. So it's going about every 2 inches or so. And it doesn't have to be every 2 to 3 inches, just whenever you need to add some. You're trying to keep the same diameter of cordage there. But you don't want to wait to add till you're way down here by the end of your leaf. So keep it in that 2 to 3 or so inch range there. This makes a really strong cordage here. Get a few more twists and we'll add these in here. We've made it to our last strand here. Got about 1.5 feet or so worth. Alright, on our last strand here towards the end, it's going to get really skinny and weak. So what I do is twist so I get happy enough to my diameter there before it gets really small. I'll just take it and fold my leaf over. Fold the tip of my leaf over like that, keeping the same diameter, or trying to, just like that, and then I'll start twisting that up for a clean end. Unless you're going to add more into it, you can do this here. Just fold it over, twist it up into it just like before. That's how I finish my end off right there. I'm not going to add any more, so. And then I'll just tie a little knot there. And I come back here with my stone tool and cut our little tag ends off here. We went about every 2 to 3 inches or so with our tag ends, with adding in, I meant. About 2 to 3 inches adding in. And I'll just come back with my stone tool here on one end. Just get rid of them tag ends, making sure not to cut your main cordage. We could use this small piece here as a leader, I guess, for fishing, tying something up. It's a pretty decently strong, thin piece of cordage, so we're here with our yucca cordage again. We're spliced in about every 2 inches. I went ahead and cut the tag ends off. I'll show you the finished product there. Pretty much the same diameter. Got a slight variation going on in it, but pretty much the same. It's about a 1.5 foot piece of cordage here. Just tie knots on each end right there. This line here, I scraped these leaves down, and then I washed them down a little bit in some water just to get the little plant juice residue off of it, because it kind of dries up stiff. So there's just a piece of cordage right there.